It's not showing my Google Chrome. 1 second. There we go. Wait, what? It's bugging out. 1 second, I'm going to leave and reconnect. Okay, I'll just share my full screen then, if it's not going to do that. Okay, this should work. Can everyone see this? I assume you all can. Okay, nice. How was everyone's weekend? You had a good weekend? Starting to get warmer here finally. Past 2 weeks have been absolute shit here in terms of the weather. I'm surprised we sold off this hard on alts over the weekend, if I'm being honest. I expected a small correction again after the weekend pump, but not like this. So let's get started. We're once again starting to dive below mid-range, right, which was 66.2k, between like 65.5. I'm expecting a small low time frame bounce here after New York Open, and if America wants to sell, we most likely will revisit EMA 100 on the daily, which is around 64k, and maybe we'll even cascade lower for longs that have built up there over the past weeks. And then I believe around 63.5k, we should have our bottom. I think that capitulation on BTC should give it 10 to 15% flush on alts, which is also where I have lots of bottoms marked out for some of these alts like Sol and Wiv and Bong and stuff like that. So that's something I'm gonna focus on this week. If we don't manage to hold 63.5k, I think we are just going to repeat what we did from May till now. And that's just chop in this bottom half region of the range until like the middle of July. And then we're likely going to move higher. But that's the scenario I'm favoring the least because I don't want it, because people will absolutely lose their shit. I mean, I'm noticing the vibes deteriorate by the minute in the Discord as well, which isn't ideal. But if we don't do that, I think we will do something like this in the next day or so. And then we can go from there, hopefully, and at least get some bullish momentum back. And maybe even flip momentum on the H4 as well again, because right now we're stuck below the H4 EMA 100 and 200 on BTC. We didn't even manage to tap it over the weekend. So I do think that's also a key point to watch here for a potential flip and a move higher, because otherwise it might hurt a little bit longer. We will just drop, which means alts will get hit harder, right? That's my BTC analysis. Now, for those of you that regularly tune in, know I don't short ETH a lot. ETH did very well over the weekend with the ETF news approaching, right? Like, 2 July is the final ETF date, which takes that uncertainty out of the way of like, will it launch? When will it launch? All that type of stuff, which is why we had such a positive reaction to it, albeit quite delayed in the moment itself. For those of you that were watching when I posted about it in the Discord, and then we managed to reclaim EMA 200 and 100 in one go, and now we're fully collapsing below it again. Now, what I do think will happen here is we get one final flush create a beautiful inverse head and shoulders here. I haven't seen a clean one like that in ages. And then we will probably move higher on it. I don't think, I mean, never say never, right? But I don't think we will take out 3,400 or this week at least. But let's see. I will just react if we dump. And when I think BTC is bottomed, I will most likely long ETH for the group. If I'm at my desk and can time it properly, because I think the bid will move to ETH now, which is a good thing. Which will mean ETH will likely lead us out of this consolidation. In terms of levels, it's all marked in the boxes, right? I want to see all 3.5k at least. Maybe we had a bit lower to 3,470 today. Once again, depending on BTC. And if we don't manage to hold there, then it's likely going to 3.32k, where I can see us bottom out. But if we tap this level, I want it to be quick, and I want us to like V shape almost, not that aggressively, of course, like I should show, but I want us to V shape. That would be my ETH plan from here on out. Looks pretty decent still. Hourly EMA is also lost. 4 hourly seems to be bottoming for me personally. So we could just chop in this very small 2% range the next 24 to 48 hours. And then on Tuesday we usually bottom. Maybe we'll bottom on Monday today, let's see. And I'll take it from there, most likely. I think also a lot of the price action that will happen the next day or two will depend on SPX and the Nasdaq, because they feel like they're topping out, but they just keep on ripping higher. Because it's election year, so that's also just something I'm watching just in case shit hits the fan. Once again, it's creating a gap here. Probably this gets filled after New York Open, and then we go higher again. But let's see if legacy markets actually top out, then we have more things to worry about. I'm not recording today, unfortunately, Admiral. Are you recording, Cypress, by any chance? I will check gold for you really quick, so you can leave after that, or don't need to worry about it. I mean, the thing with Gaul is, well, the issue with Gaul is that they're trying to move from being a meme to something more serious. And all the influences that are in aren't hard shilling, apart from like John and Aztecs, I would say. I think that's safe to say, right? Because Rookie and Ansem are also involved, but they haven't hard shilled at all. The issue with Gaul here is that we've consolidated in this pretty tight range, if I would say, from 36 to 48. And we failed to break above with any significant volume. So now what it's doing is retesting this next daily demand. Now, this demand you want to see hold. Ideally, some type of bullish news comes out today, which just sends it above 36 again. If it manages to reclaim 36, everything is fine, right? If it doesn't manage to reclaim 36, then most likely you will chop here for a while, and then you'll have to see, like, does it start closing below this 22 cents level? Then you probably want to cut your position, because then like every bit of decent looking market structure is lost. That's pretty much my whole analysis. And I'm heavily biased because I have a huge bag which I didn't take profit on. So this also stinks for me, for those that were like panicking in the general earlier this morning. So yeah, that's my goal analysis pretty much. Next one, BNB. BNB fully retraced the huge bomb it had last week, as we already discussed previously, and now it's consolidating here. Let me just remove this drawing. And I think it's very close to finishing this consolidation and is going to move higher, like you can see by the squiggle I drew. Now the issue is that it dove back inside the range and it lost its parabola uptrend, right? Which you can see here, this white line. I'm gonna make it red for you so you can see it better. And it lost this. So ideally, what we want to see here now is it keeps compressing inside this tight box without dropping below, maybe you get the daily EMA 100 retest, which would definitely be a buy signal for me. But if you do get it, you want that to be a quick wick and not like some very, very slow consolidation on this previous support. Because then you're, how to say it, then the whole point of it potentially being a deviation gets ruled out, right? And then it will just have to consolidate for a bit longer here. So I do hope that it just keeps consolidating here on the daily, does this quick wick, and then just breaks the whole downtrend again. Because if I'm not mistaken, CZ has been in prison for a month almost now. Say he'll get out in 3 months. Once he gets out, definitely price will pump, right? So if it does break below, you're looking at a consolidation of 1 to 2 months. And you could time that with CZ getting released, and you can just long into that then if it does do that instead of just breaking up here. So in terms of levels, that would mean consolidating between 600 and 620-ish. If it does fail to hold, I would start bidding around 560. Like it can wick below here because this isn't the cleanest of ranges. Like yeah, 558 to 534 would be a good area to start buying these liquidations potentially. On spot, that is. On leverage, you would have to see a clear bottom form before you enter there. So keep that in mind for BNB because I do think it will do very well the upcoming months. What do I think about DGen? What's this? I don't know. This is not something I would buy. You see how it broke below here? Well, made fresh lows pretty much, and then created a supply zone here. So that already means there's quite a bit of pressure that will come, even if it does manage to pump 50% from here. And other than that, you cannot trade this unless you're expecting like a big short squeeze and you see it brewing on Coinalyze. If there's shorts, does it have perps? Yeah, it does have perps. So in that case, then you could long it. But other than that, I do not see any reason to long this because there's no structure, nothing. Unfortunately, let me post that. What else do we have? That's majors, right? We still need to discuss Sol. Our Sol plan's been quite simple from the start. I'm a bit salty we got stopped out of our short right before it broke down yesterday. But for Sol, it's following the squiggle almost perfectly, apart from not going as high as I would have loved it to. So probably it also goes a bit lower than I would have liked here. But if we do lose 140 here, like 142, likely we're looking at. Wait, where's my pencil? Here. Likely we're looking at this EMA 200 retest, around 130. You will hear a lot of people screaming here and saying it's over, but at the end of the day, it's just a support retest here, right? So this is a big area I'm watching, like 130 to 125-ish, to get back in spot again. And if we don't get it, I will happily chase here above 148-ish. So those are the main areas I'm watching here for Sol in terms of buys. Like 142 to 148 is our current consolidation area. Lose that, go to 126 and 130. And if we flip 148, more likely 152 actually, because EMA 100 on the daily is there, then we can start trending upwards again because the H4 EMAs do not look good for now and they're trending downward. So those need to get flipped firstly. And that could take like a couple weeks or so. So it will once again all depend on what BTC decides to do. Will it give us our bottom in the next days or two, or will we chop for another month? That's pretty much the two scenarios we have in place here. One of which is very painful, but let's see what we get. So Soul Shard. If you guys have any shard requests, positions you need help with, drop them in the chat and we will go over them as well. INJ fully undid the news bomb. That's honestly pretty depressing. Not going to lie. I did not expect that. Looks awful now, right? I mean, last week it looked very good. Looked very strong. Then the news came out and it fully collapsed. It's 30% down on the week. Well, in less than a week. Ideally, it deviates like no lower than 21 or you're in trouble if you're holding spot INJ. I don't fully remember what the INJ news was, but there was some news. I remember HBJ telling me about it. You have Nurag open at 41 minutes, right? 40 minutes. Let's see what happens, really. I'm very curious to see how Legacy will affect crypto here. Pepe is close to bottoming here. I would like it to chop here for a bit more. And then give us this retest of EMA 100 around this place, right? I don't want it to retest EMA 100 back inside this previous range, because then you run in the issue that potentially if it does retest, like say it bounces around 9.3, you long the liquidation week, you have an issue getting stuck below here and it not being able to continue higher. So like EMA 100 to catch up to this support area first before I consider longing it. Do you think it's still one to watch? People are calling for dead of memes and that it will not do anything. It'll die soon, but I think like once the ETF goes live, 100% Pepe is going to be one of the leading memes because Pepe is on ETH. And like as simple as it sounds, it will definitely affect Pepe's price action. So keep that in your watch list for sure. Check Nvidia. You mean the real Nvidia, right? Not some meme ticker, right? Let's check it out. I never shorted it. I mean, it's still up only. Do I have a short with no gaps? Where's the short with no gaps? Is Python have one with no gaps? No, okay, they all have gaps, whatever. I mean, this is up only. Doesn't even show any signs of slowing down. That's such an insane short. I mean, if it does retrace, high chances it bounces like 105, 112. No, that doesn't work. What do you think about Sanctum? Will we get a good airdrop? Honestly, I don't know. I'm very bullish on the fact that the team decided to not prolong their farming season and end it early. So that's a very, very positive sign to me personally. But I don't know how the tokenomics will look, what the allocation will be like. If it will be fully linear, I think it will be a shit airdrop because fully linear airdrops just do not work. I do not get the concept like we saw with Parcel. Parcel looks like dog shit. But I do think if you make it like a mix of fully linear and then combine that with let's say you had all the pets, right? If you paid good attention in Sanctum, it had like this collect, like it showed like you have 0 or 2 out of 18 pets. I'm sure there will be a multiplier if you had all 18 pets. Like I can almost guarantee you. And then the fact that you also had to do quests, that also helped, right? Because it was something everyone could do. You didn't need any extra money for it. So that's also a good thing. But now it's all up to how the team will execute. If they will get selected by Jupiter's votes in terms of the launchpad. I believe they already went through the voting round. I'm not 100% sure. So that's a good launch mechanism as it is. But it will all depend on how bullish the market is at the time and how well the team can execute. So far, I'm quite bullish, but I don't know how good Tierga will be in general. Where would you pick up some spot bet? I mean, around EMA 100, like I mentioned. Like if we get a flush, it can definitely retrace 15% from here and take out that previous weekly wick. Like it's only an 8% move, it's not that far. And if you were to cascade, you have a 16% move. Anywhere between 10.075 and 9.096, 9.65. That's all. But yeah, Sanctum, I'm bullish on the team. I don't know how good the effort will be. CK Singh gave me weird vibes from the start, and as you can see, it's not the best airdrop, and the qualification was super bad and super weird. It's also one of the reasons I didn't push it in the Discord. Um, with Sanctum, I do not have that feeling. Call it gut feeling. I don't know, guys. Like my guess is as good as yours at the end of the day, but that's how I feel about it. What do I think about Bendog? Let me check. You mean in terms of the shard or in terms of the meme? Wait, Bandog is that shit that got launched on Bybit, no? It not? Yeah, it is. Looks like shit, but it could be bottoming here unironically. Like H4. This is an H4 structure I like to trade because what it does here is, I mean, even though it's low time frame, it's consolidating, right, and forming this, well, consolidation pattern, so to speak. It deviates outside, gets slammed back down, and now what you want to see is a deviation on this side for long, and then you can gap upwards. You also have some support here around 2.5 to 6-ish, which you could use. But in terms of the meme or whatever, I do not know. I never heard about it until Bybit listed, so that tells me something fishy is going on. So from an FA POV, I do not know if it's a good hold or a good trade or whatever, but you can always, like, if you do not plan on doing a long-term trade with this, just have a hard stop in place, and if it gets hit, you have your own validation. So in terms of a trade, it could be a good setup soon. In terms of long-term hold, not too sure. But however, I do think, because I saw it this morning. I mean, I don't know if some of you saw me tweet this. And I posted in the general as well. Like some account I respect quite a bit posted this meme coin. Don't buy it right now, please. By the way, I'm just trying to make a point here. And this shit was doing a lot of volume. Now I do not know how they're doing it. I do not know how it's happening, if it's a TikTok meme or not. And it just instantly bumped 4x on what's the daily volume now, 50 million. That's fucking insane, right? So I do think the funny or cute cat and dog coin meta might be coming back. But let's see. Maybe I'm completely wrong and this is at 0 tomorrow and I lose my money. But that's something to consider here, FA wise. It would be ironic after shitting everyone has been shitting on Ansem for the past week. Like, it has been fucking torture if you were scrolling on CT the past week. So many angry people. Just stop trading like shit, maybe you would be a bit happier. What else do we have? Do you guys have any short requests? Let's look at AVAX. Yeah, AVAX is just Sol beta. Ideally, this bounces. Wait. Ideally, this bounces here, but I don't even want it to go that deep. So ideally, it front runs this demand. Could be close to bottom here. Give it like 5 or 10% of this previous week. 127 for AVAX. And then you want to see the EMAs catch up. I already went over Sol Davis. Ripple moving when everything else is down decoupled from BTC? I don't think so. I think Ripple is just trying to top the market even more. It's usually like the canary in the coal mine when it starts moving away from BTC in a strong way, then usually that's like your signal that the final nuke is coming. At least that's how it used to be. Same for why you're in finance too. Good morning, mate. How are you? AI narrative. I haven't seen any shift in AI narrative. I think it still needs time. It also doesn't help that everyone's shitting on OpenAI and ChatGPT and whatnot because Sam is a weird guy, I guess. But then on the other hand, you have Nvidia carrying the market, maybe even a bit too much. So I don't know. I think AI coins are just Nvidia beta. Fed, I cannot go with Fed. But the issue is they're doing their merge, so Jesus, it's at 128. Thank God we did their spot positions. Yeah, I mean, you have your first demand coming up and the previous all-time high. So 115 to $1 has to be your bottom almost, or it's probably just like if this isn't your bottom, even though it gets delisted soon, then you're probably better off searching for a better token. Unfortunately, because then like everything that's done this year has just been for nothing. See $1 also has EMA 200 on the 3 daily, so that's some good confluence for a bottom. So between $1 and 115, I would like for a bottom. We'll probably bottom right after or right before the merge, I think. Because people, I mentioned it last stream as well, people don't like the uncertainty of the merge with AGIX and Ocean. I also don't think a lot of people like the merge in general. So that's something to consider. Do you think Q3 is sub-ranging? Yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure, never speak in certainties, but yeah, high probability. What are we buying next drop? Definitely Solana. Some Pepe I like. Maybe Bong and Whiff, like 50-50. In terms of AI, I really like RNDR. Let's check RNDR. Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. RNDR. I like RNDR. I mentioned this before. I like RNDR because it doesn't have the uncertainty and the overhang that Fed, AGIX, and Ocean have. And also they have like this Apple partnership or semi-partnership, whatever it is. Apple is using the project, which is bullish and good because that's like literally what all these AI coins are doing or have been made for it to be used by like Apple is doing. Um, what other coins? We have memes, L1. So we have Sol, Bonk, with Pepe, maybe Popcat, but that's another meme. Like you probably just have to, you need to have one of every basket, but if you have like 4 coins, like I just mentioned, make sure your meme basket is still equally weighted. How do like make sure you don't go all in memes. That's what I'm trying to say. Like if you want to allocate 20% to memes, make sure you don't go over that and just allocate to these memes however much you feel comfortable with. So and then for AI R&DR, RWA definitely on those still. NSE beta, yeah, Akil, thank you. ENS. I think that would be my picks. And then you also still have gaming, and we have YGG for that. And other than that, I have no interest in touching any gaming tokens really because they haven't pumped at all. I think gaming tokens might unfortunately become the DeFi of 2022, where like every time they look good, the market is just stopped. So better to focus on RWA and AI. I'm sorry, HBJ. Eid Mubarak, by the way. Hope you had a good day. So those are my picks. I will write them down for those that are interested. Yeah, I also just told earlier that I think like between 62 and a half and 64, we need to have our bottom, or otherwise we're just going to range for another month, I think, until like middle of July. And then what else? I missed one, right? Oh, that's all. I would also dare to say you can buy BNB as well for the L1 trade or partial L1 trade. Yeah, is at $7 again. It backfilled to April. Like, if it doesn't bottom here, it's going back to zero, man. Yeah, modular coins are quite dead. Say is also dead, right? Um, yeah, doesn't look great. Dim as well. Man, I'm staking my dim actually. I keep forgetting about that. Fuck me. Yeah, I sold Hav at like $6 or $7. And then I felt bad because I saw it rip to 10 and now it nuked, so now I feel a little bit better. But I still feel pain because I have 50% stake. So you play the election with Trump coins? Um, yeah, but I would only buy the Trump, like, in terms of going in with heavy size and conviction, I would only pick like the main one, right? With this MAGA, this one. If you're going in with like I'm trying to extract as much value as much as possible, but I know I'm playing musical chairs, so I might get fucked if I don't sell fast enough. Then you can play all the other Trump coins. But then that means you need to treat your shit coins like a scalp and not like, oh, this is the next wave, it's going to 1 billion. No, you should treat it like maybe it will go to 50 million. I should take some profit there. Maybe it goes to 100. I should take some more profit there. And then you can like go from there, like always thinking like these increments of like 50 mil, 100 mil, 250 mil, 500 mil, 1 bill, stuff like that, right? Logical round numbers, which people tend to take profit at for fuck knows which reason. Call it unit bias, I guess. Keep that in mind. What about Solvasket? Yito and Pit. I like Yito. From an FA POV as well as a shard POV, it still looks alright compared to a lot of the other shit. Actually, it doesn't look alright. I thought it was still at 3.5, but it got destroyed. It's not making new all-time lows, let's put it that way, compared to a lot of the other shit. So let's start it first, and then I'll go on my rant why I'm bullish Cheeto from an FA POV. Like 3 daily is very close to the bottom here for me. Maybe it drops another 10-15%, but that's got to be our bottom. And here would be our next rest, right, where it broke down from. Like you see, it's resting here now on the previous accumulation range breakout. So that's usually a good indication for a bottom. We've actually seen exactly this pattern on lots of halts in 2021. Now that I'm remembering, so fairly certain we're close to bottom. Maybe we backfill this wick first. So Jito I like as a pick because they have a lot of revenue, right? They're making loads of money, and they are sustaining the Solana ecosystem in a very, very healthy and good way, I would say. And their team is just a bunch of chads, and their marketing is super good. And the fact that they had one of the only successful airdrops, I would say, to be honest, also helps their case. So Jito I like, it's also not too overvalued in terms of market cap here. So it could easily be a 4x from here, which is decent. Would like it to be an 8x actually. That will depend on how high Sol goes. But as you saw here, right? Once it bottomed, it within like in a week time it doubled. So I like Hito also because of the way the chart looks. But now if we look at Pi looks absolutely horrendous. This is very fucking depressing. It's making new all-time lows. Jump is market making it. I personally, after dealing with Lido, I do not want to deal with any coin Jump is market making. As you can see, Pide's getting hammered, Inge is getting hammered. What else are they market making? Wormhole as well, I believe. So I'm not touching those coins anymore for now, unless they start looking okay. And also, I don't see the value add holding Pipe has. Jito at least gives you a say in their network, which earns millions and millions of dollars, but Pipe's not really earning any money via their token, I would say. Only via their Oracle, but that's just a piece of code which can be reused and open sourced, which is a bit different from Jito. But how long I'm streaming? Actually, I guess another 30 minutes. 239 VLRs could be decent for Jito. Oh, that's horrible, Sabi. I'm sorry for that. That's a good short YouTube, actually. Um, man, look at this shit. It's also back at the lows. Yeah, you're right, Suzuki. They could all make lower lows, like especially the weak ones, like Pike, like Tensor, which we just mentioned. Um, People don't like uncertainty, right? Markets like it even less, as you can see. So that also that just doesn't help. Trog and Azure. Yeah, sure, I'll have a look. Those are both on-chain coins, right, guys? 16 days old shitcoin. This should be fun. I mean, short perspective could be bottoming. It's a Trump frog. Um, short perspective could be bottoming, but the issue is you have no volume and not a lot of liquidity. So that's your main issue. The other issue you have is that you need to have some type of Trump narrative. So what you could do is when MAGA starts pumping again and it starts looking good, you could find beta like this token and potentially long it and think like it's a good beta. But I wouldn't just randomly buy it here personally. That's just my personal opinion. Chart perspective looks bottomed. Needs to hold, needs to flip 285 if it gets there again. And then you can take it from there. What else do we have? Azure on Ton. Ton was ripping, right? Over the weekend. Let's go over that as well in a sec. Do you mean this token? It launched yesterday. 400K market cap. I mean, there's not a lot you can short about this, right? I would have to look who launched it and stuff like that. The main issue you have with trading on Telegram, I guess, is that there's not so much money available yet, like liquidity and buyers just in general. Like that's the issue Solana had last cycle, right? That there wasn't any liquidity on the chain. So there's not a lot of good coins that can be traded on there. But now this cycle, we had a few massive airdrops, which helped Solana on-chainers to get some money, and that resulted into our first Solana on-chain season. So what you could see happening with Tom now and the shitcoins on there is that they might have brief pumps. Like we also had Samo last cycle, right? Samo yet. Which did all right, like it didn't do anything crazy or something. And what you could see on Ton is like something similar, but then again, most likely you will outperform by just holding Ton as long as it does good. Like let's go over Ton as well. Like maybe Ton is the Solana of the cycle, not Celestia. Yeah, it's just retesting this breakout. Looks very good here still. Lovely short. Don't know where this line is coming from, but like as long as 754 holds, this is destined to go higher. EMAs looks super good. H4 looks very good. Maybe ideally I want to see it draw between 820 and 750 here. And then it can do well. Probably also a good one to have in your L1 basket. I'll do a write up on my thoughts and pieces I just explained. Because I didn't record it, unfortunately. That would have been useful. Check OXO. Sure. And Manta, actually. I'll do Manta and then I'll do OXO. Yeah, Manta is probably also, I haven't looked at the chart yet, but it's making lower lows, right? Yeah. Airdrop token, all of them. CK Sync also launched today. Let's look at like every airdrop token is making lower lows. Almost all of them, except for what's it called? Cheeto isn't making lower lows. What other airdrop tokens have we had this year? Pia isn't making lower lows because it pumped 10x before it launched, but it's trading like shit. And that's it, I think. Dim is shit. W is shit. Pipe's shit. So that tells you where we should focus on. I talked about goal already, Patty. The issue with goal is that you need more hard chills from influencers and not these soft chills. That's the LDR. Basically, sync looks okay so far. Let's see what it does. Don't think it does anything too crazy, but maybe I'm completely wrong here. Let's see. That's weird. Wib is also very close to bottoming out for me. Looks a bit similar to Jito, where it's like retesting this 3 daily support. Maybe it goes towards 218, like 10-15% looks on Ulster, and I'm gonna start buying. That's my very, very basic plan, just a 10-15% move on alts without looking at any levels or whatever. What do you think about Run from Miro? I don't trust Muro if I'm being honest. He's a weird guy, but I'll try to look at his chart unbiased. I don't know. Never mind. Uh, you need daily volume. Judging by the amount of volume, there's no market maker on this. 8325 could be your bottom. Could also be your bottom before going lower. Who will tell? Yeah, there's only selling. There's just slow selling. 6K holders. Oh, it's so right. Okay, let's go to upsell. So I would not buy this, if I'm being honest. And I wouldn't buy it in general because Muro showed it. I'm sorry, Muro, if you're in this Discord. I think you're a scammer. OXO. I mean, OXO looks a bit like a lot of alt coin charts here. It's retesting previous demand. Ideally, it just ranges. It just ranges between 20 and 25. This is a big area for us to hold. So you also have support here, which you made, right, in the past. So 18 to 2007 will be your new range, most likely. Like it probably does a bit like this. Oh no, that's a bit aggressive. Like this. And then goes higher again. I guess the team's waiting for better market conditions to launch all their announcements. I mean, I never really followed the project, but given the way they've approached announcing stuff in the past, that would make sense, I think. Um, I mean, the coin was called a lottery when it clicked, right? So most of you should still be in profit. But logical buy area is here, really. Just needs volume and momentum. Any thoughts on Wormhole? I mean, Wormhole doesn't look good. I'm still holding my bag because I plan on staking it anyways, like my long-term bag. But it's making lower lows and the chart doesn't look great. So that's my Wormhole. Jesus, I would say. Thoughts on Powell? Actually, want to take a look at the BTC here.
Yo, Impulse, how you doing, brother?
I cannot hear you on my. Wait 1 sec.
Uh, can others hear me?
Can you talk again? Can you hear me?
Yeah, uh, yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you well. How
Yeah,
you
I
doing,
can.
brother?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Was like I started my Eid day with my PTC long being in profits. I was like, okay, this is a good day. And then like after a few hours, I just checked, logged in, and I was like, okay, here we go again.
Yeah, it's brutal actually right now.
Yeah, I just closed my
Think
BTC long because when I look at the flow, it just feels like we are going to puke soon, like at least into 64.5, 63.5, where my limit longs are.
AirPods keep switching. What's going on?
uh, can you hear me or not?
Hey, bro, but my AirPods just switched off because my phone's next to me.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
sorry, can you repeat what you were saying? I heard everything
Yeah,
up until the fact that you said that we were going to nuke.
yeah. I said that I just like closed my BTC long slightly underwater. When I look at the flow personally, it just feels like there are too many aggressive longs right now trying to push the price high. I feel like we get that final daily imbalance tap like around 64.5, 63.5.
Yeah, it's not going to take long anymore, I think,
Yeah,
before we can have some fun again. I think EBTC is also very close to going on a ripping rally because this parabola you see here, if that breaks up, it's going to be brutal, I
true.
think. But let's
I
see.
agree.
Maybe
Also,
I'm
along
wrong.
with like now S1 date, like
Yeah.
I think it's a consensus, still a consensus. Like it's like most probably case, but still, I think the market has started speculating into this one approval again.
Hmm. Yep. I think ENS will be one of the main benefactors for it.
True. But what do you think about meme coins? Like, I'm not getting a lot of good feelings when I look at the most of the high time frame charts and like
A
WIF
lot
did
of
give a good rally yesterday, but
WIF looks close to bottoming out for me. That's why I
hmm,
also mentioned about making a meme coin like basket and not just buying one of them and keeping to that certain percentage you want to allocate to meme coins just to not be all in memes
true.
alone in case they do perform like shit. Um,
Yeah,
but I'm a bit mixed. I think Pepe will do really well after the ETH approval
yeah,
because
I
it
agree.
does look a lot better than all the other Sol meme coins. So I think Pepe will be the main leader here. If Pepe doesn't do well, I think most likely all the other memes won't do well either. And you will
Yep, I
just have
agree. Like
like
the last meme rotation we got was led by Pepe.
yeah, exactly. Someone asked about Pal. 1 sec. Wait, oh no, that's the wrong Pal chart. I'm sorry. It's this one, right? Yeah. Testing previous range highs, sort of, on the daily, which you want to see hold. Momentum-wise, volume is slowing down a little bit. Still okay amount of volume, but like it could very well end up ranging in between here. If it does break below 20 cents, That's probably your exit signal, to be honest. Depending on what announcements the team has planned. So yeah, that's PAL pretty much. What else did someone ask? Vanry. Vanry also broke the parabola and is now like breaking below this, well, accepting below EMA 100 on the daily firstly, but also breaking below like 1746. So it's like sort of a big support. So likely that it retests like 14.4-ish here, where you can see our first bottom was formed. And that's where I would like to see it bottom.
Is there any alt right now that like looks somewhat decent on intraday? Like most of them are bleeding heavy.
No, only Ton looks good. All the
Which
rest
coin?
looks shit. I lied. TO and Telegram coin.
Yeah, true. I agree.
I mean, Lido could be bottoming for all I know, but I have too much PTSD from that token, so I will not actively trade it. And other than that, I mean, ETH looks okay, but ETH's not an alt, I would say.
Ton actually looks good. Like retested previous all-time high just now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think like if BTC gives the final puke down, would be a good long.
yeah, you max long Ton, to be honest, until it loses its uptrend or until it flips bearish.
um, HBJ, will there be a rotation into gaming? I doubt, to be honest. Gaming just seems like so last cycle. Also, like for the past 2-3 months, we have been talking on stream. Most of the charts don't look that good, and it's not like just now. Like just now, yes, everything looks shit, but gaming has been looking shit for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not to fart anyone out of their bags, but just feels like. Musa E theory play. Yeah, I don't know why I tried to fade his E theory. Uh, but yeah, it did kind of played out.
Karat's probably the only gaming token that has looked decent somewhat, but also keep in mind that
Yeah,
it
true.
does look decent compared to the rest because it's a new coin. So once you see momentum die down, it's probably time to exit. So that's something to keep in mind. As
Yeah,
long
I
as
think
there's like
whatever
a
I
massive bid
said.
for gaming.
Yeah, true. Like whatever I said, like might not apply to like some very new projects because, like for example, Beam ran pretty decent early this cycle. So newer coins could still end up getting traction despite the narrative they have. But yeah, Burger's starting to sell. Wow, yeah, I forgot that US Open just got started. Now let's end it in a single candle, please.
Yeah, it doesn't want to end it in a single candle, unfortunately.
Also, Eid Mubarak to you too, Vas. And Koidas.
Do you feel bulls are in trouble? I don't think bulls are in trouble. I mean, bulls have been, well, bulls are in trouble, yes. But same case can be made for bears here because if there's so much shorting going on right now, just that if like one or two big green daily candles on BTC happen from here on out, the sentiment will 100% fully shift and all these shorts will get blown out. It's very simple. Because there's a lot of shorts that are outside offside now that think they can keep getting away with this. That's why I
True.
think like this final capitulation candle, once it comes, you embrace it and you get back on the side of the bulls here. That's also why I'm
Yeah, I think
keeping trades to a
short,
minimum right now.
shorting and bears would be good as long as they consider it as a scalp or like a short-term trade.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what happens today. I guess we get our bottom in the next like 36 hours.
Yeah, I
24
hope so.
hours, actually. Something like that.
Longs are still kind of aggressive right here. So this is why I'm just hoping that we get final puke down.
Miguel
God of
says
BTC Miguel
scalp.
says, where did he call out the scalp? Uh, yeah, he didn't call out any scalp. He just said possible 65k retest.
I didn't get the ZK Sync airdrop, Stein, even though I used their chain the second week it came out, so they can go fuck themselves. What happened to INJ? I mentioned this earlier at the start of the stream, like it had news last week. I don't know what news, and then it just immediately
Yeah,
sold off after
some
accepting.
tokenomics changes they had. Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Very
I
actually
I think
that was a free short.
we on stream have been pretty much accurate on like INJ, TIA, SEI. Like it
Yeah.
would every time pump up, people would get bullish, but if each one of them just end up with the same fate.
I think yeah, INJ, SCI are like once this cycle ends, it's the one of I probably my favorite short setups. If they
True.
decide to pump from here on out, you will probably don't get a free short setup. Same for Wormhole, same for ZK Sync. They will be similar to maps and stuff like that last cycle. Step, Vida, maps. What else did we get? Radium, I guess.
Wow, like compare TIA and SEI. Oh, sorry, TIA and INJ, and TIA literally gave us the roadmap on what INJ going to do. Like INJ literally followed the same.
It's the same chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kanav doesn't want to play with it anymore.
Unfi, yeah, the only long I am still in is Unfi, and despite this BTC bleed, it's still in profits. And momentum looks really good. Like it's one of those alts that when like everything else is dying, it tends to scam run strong. What happened to BNB? Okay, that could be interesting. Never looked at BNB for a while. I think despite everything else bleeding, like yeah, initially it sold off heavy, but it's been holding well around 600, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it maybe we get this EMA 100 retest, like I mentioned earlier, and between there and like 570, it should
Yeah,
be
true.
should bottom.
Also, I read somewhere, and is it true like CZ still holds like more than I think it is either 60
Yeah,
or 70% of the
yeah,
supply?
60, 64.
That's insane. Like holding 60% supply of what's the market cap on BNB? It's still like top 4, right?
Yeah, he's
Also,
the
did you read
real.
CZ just became like I think he almost 2x his net worth by being in jail, and he also
Yeah,
just became the richest inmate in US. So
it's
what a
fucking
win for
hilarious,
him.
actually. That's why BNB has performed so well. The polar. I don't think he's selling, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not
he
that
probably
much that it
won't
would
even sell.
suppress. Like, why would you sell if you trust so much in your own business, you can become the richest man in the world? Of course, it makes sense of him to sell off every now and then, right? But in general, it's been one of the strongest performers. But people have just been sleeping on it. If you look at this weekly chart,
True.
it looks better than most alts, right?
Yeah, it was the first major in the cycle making all-time highs.
Yeah, honestly, it looks incredible. You guys discussed CKC. I did. I said I hated it because I didn't get anything, even though I've been using it since week 2. But chart wise, maybe it does like I think it does a wormhole. To be honest, where it does like well the first day or so, and then it full on nukes. No, this is the wrong one, right? Yeah, this one. Like it probably pumps a bit and then it's gonna sell off heavily.
Yeah, Ondo got
Everything
sold off pretty strong.
else is the new release. Yeah, I think BA is gonna pump really. Ondo was a bullish high time frame. Let's have a look. I haven't looked at Ondo actually.
I think I might be soon buying this like aggressive Ondo sell-off.
I think around 97 you start bidding.
True. Especially like with this S1 speculation coming back. So how it works for RWA coin, the narrative is that every time ETF hype comes back to the market, they perform really well. So
Yeah.
I think I'd soon be a buyer of this Ondo sell-off.
Yeah, the reason for that is that Larry Fink and BlackRock want to tokenize literally everything, right?
Yeah.
So that's why every time the ETF news heats up, Ondo starts well, Ondo performs well because people attack that narrative to that token.
Zoran, yeah. He's doing good on his
So
shorts.
on cold printing heavy. I hope it doesn't lab
Uh, is it only for me or like
until
Impulse is really lagging a lot?
I will shut up.
He's lagging, yeah. Impulse, we can't
DP
hear
on
you.
the that's all I will say about it. And I do. Sorry? Can you say, am I lagging?
Yeah, you're lagging.
Fuck. Wait. Let me check. There now?
Yeah, so far seems good.
Uh,
Mhm. Uh, yeah, it's the same, I guess.
can you hear me?
Uh,
Hello?
yeah, so far it seems okay. Yeah.
Wait, one sec.
Yo, Granny, how you doing, brother?
Should be better. Should be better now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, wait, what was I saying? Where
You were
were we?
saying something about Zoran shots.
Ah, yes. And I hope he takes profit, and if he doesn't, I will laugh at him. And until that, I
True.
will shut up
And I
about
think
it. But I do not think that
there
we're
are
going to
very good chances
44K.
that he round trips because he the only plan he has on his shots is 44K. So
Yeah, exactly. Let's
the
see.
final
Until
destiny
then, I
to
will shut up.
his would be round tripping.
Where can I see the crypto categories like EBIT? I will show you. Living off the grid. You can see them in CoinGecko, even though they're incomplete sometimes. Like you can see them here, and then you go to categories. I'm sorry that it's in Dutch, but like you just go to cryptocurrency, then to categories, and then usually there's like quite a bit of categories you can see. Here you go, like L1, smart contracts, blah blah blah, all that stuff. HJ, how much water did you drink today?
Uh, I think today was way less than usual. Like because usually my water intake increases a lot because I stream a lot, and during streams I consume like at least like I think my average has been 2 liters an hour of stream. So yeah.
You think the
Sol
SEC
ETF
are within
this
the
year? I
server?
don't think so. I
I
think
think Sol
ETH.
ETF rumors next year.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm also from the Netherlands. Well, no, I think that I'm not from the Netherlands. I'm Belgian, actually.
Wow, I had such a good size shot on True that I let go
Which
because
which
of my BTC long, and True literally died and is still dying right now.
what's the name of this cat actually? The name of this meme.
The dancing cat.
Yeah, I know that I get there's some type of audio with it. It's
Yeah.
playing in my head now. It has like this tribal audio that comes with it whenever I have a meme of it popping up. Could be good meme. Tribal cat or some shit would be the ticker. My PC fans are heating up. That usually means we're gonna sell off hard. It's a really funny indicator that, like with older laptops, if you have your Bybit open at TradingView and loads of orders start coming in, usually fans start heating up. So that usually tells you that the bottom is closed or some shit, but doesn't always work. Have you ever had this, HBJ?
Which issue?
That your PC fan starts heating up and it tells you that the bottom is closed because it notices that
I've never been a
fans are
PC
just like,
user so far, so yeah, maybe I can't relate.
no, it's my Mac. My Mac's doing it actually.
Ah,
Dog, frog, cat. What's the next meme indicator? Meme animal. I think the hedgehog would be fucking cute and funny actually. I was thinking about it earlier, but who knows?
which animal did you say?
Hedgehog.
Yeah,
This
could be.
one. Wait. What else? I mean, it's a cute
or,
animal. But
or
there's
maybe even a
memeable stuff
raccoon.
to beat it.
Imagine
Or
getting a
raccoon, yeah.
raccoon meme.
Like for example, this one. Uh, this fucking hedgehog being like, haha, okay, I don't know this one. Where is it? This one. Haha, yes,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. But I think for me to go fully viral, you need to be viral with the TikTok audience for some reason. Do you have anything else you want to discuss, HBJ? Because
Yeah,
I'm out
just
of content.
I'm just looking
Or you
at
want to log
a-
something?
alts right now. They all are trying, man. Which makes me kind of feel not that bad about the market because usually when alts look this bad, it's we are close to a bottom eventually.
Yes, find some long. We're waiting. I mean, I'm waiting at least.
Yeah, me too. I think the only eyes I have on is Ton. Once like BTC reaches my level, just I'll just mark it into Ton.
Owen Ager is on top. No, Grand Schnitt, we're not going to aid your low cap shitcoin. I'm sorry. It's not a shitcoin. It is. Can you comment on NL Football Trainer? I didn't watch the game yesterday. I'm sorry. I'm going to the Belgian game against Romania though on Saturday. I'm gonna drive to Cologne. Can you update Galazzo? I did. I updated it at the start of the stream. I will write my thoughts in the Discord later, in the general channel. I'm not putting it in the main channel because clearly some people are getting emotional. I'm not talking about you, by the way, but I just feel like that. I'm from Belgium, yeah. Thoughts on Blast? I really do not know, Sam. Um, because I have not paid attention to Blast at all. Trossard hat-trick, please. Yes, please. If our defense isn't dog shit. You're from Slovenia? Sick. No, wait, no, we're not playing against Slovenia, right? Yeah, Slovakia, sorry. Lukaku, 2 goals. Let's see. If he has a good day, yeah. KMC bleeding, thought. I guess it's just the following the rest of the market. Yeah, it's just getting hammered by the rest of the market.
Wow,
Have
what
you
to sell
also
off on that?
noticed it? I swear
Yeah,
it's also usually strong at the end of cycles. I'm
true.
fairly sure. Like I always
Yeah, I
see pump
remember.
right before we get like a decent sell-off. Could be coming to a support level here, but that looks like a very nasty red candle. Hungary
Also, I don't
played
know.
good, to be honest.
There are a lot of similar strength and fades that I've seen in the last week. Like High did pretty much similar. Liver ended up doing similar.
Yeah,
Then this KNC thing. So it's some market maker that runs it up like 30, 40, 20% and then just nukes in a single candle. Except you only green coin.
yeah, that's usually a very good omen for the market.
Wow. Why is XRP showing strength?
Back to market maker wallet.
That's a good strategy. Like I'm actually curious on the market maker, especially like behind High and Liver and all these that like ran up 30, 40% and just insta nuked in a single candle.
XRP $2 soon. XRP 369 soon.
Yeah.
Or 357. What was the meme again? I don't remember.
It's like 400 something.
590. 586. There was like some number people used to keep shouting about it.
Okay, now I don't feel that bad about cutting BTC. Also, I have friends that have started to call me for the Eid plan, so I just hope that we nuke in the next hour or so I'm able to buy and then just go away.
My home is a forever holder. God save us all. On XRP, I once had I was like, I think it was 2 years ago. It was like a party, and some guy asked me what I did, and I stupidly told him I did consultancy in crypto because I never tell people I'm a trader. And he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you need to buy XRP," and he gave me this whole fucking thesis. I pretended I was listening, and he was like, "I'm gonna hold it forever, man. It's going to whatever his target was."
How long ago
Uh,
was it?
2 years, 2022,
Yeah.
like right after we topped, so like that. And now I just tell people I'm an accountant. They don't ask any questions then. I really do not know what it is with XRP holders.
And they, no matter how much we make fun of it, they actually have really strong conviction because there are few people in this group as well. Because I remember last year, when we weren't in this bull cycle phase yet, I had like a long debate with a person in a general chat, and I ended up losing because he somehow had so many logical points, which at least seemed logical to him, and uh, the conversation ended up with me running away.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, it's people that don't do enough research. I also have lots of people ask me, should I get into crypto? What should I buy? And I always tell them, no, don't get into crypto because you will likely lose money because they don't put in the same hours than you or me will do in general. And also, I
Yeah.
would say people in this Discord, and that will make them lose money because they don't know what they're doing. And then they buy stuff because they think it's good and their thesis is right or whatever. And then 90% of them just end up losing money.
And I also think some people do research, but they just do too much of a logical research, right? Like they'd buy things
Yeah.
like XRP Link, thinking about the partnerships they have, the teams, and like the things they are working on and stuff like that, and they won't realize that crypto isn't that logical in the end. They won't, push up things that are logically sound.
Exactly.
Like that XRP guy had really had good, reasonings, but in the end, it's it doesn't matter.
It's quite funny, to be honest.
Yeah, someone asked about ICP. I just looked at the chart, and KSI tweet was the
ICP.
absolute top before it nuked.
ICP. Wow.
I think
It's
KSI
going to retest.
tweeted around like $13. Do you see that $13 upside wick into
Yeah, here.
$13 on the right side? No, no, no. On the right side before
Here.
like the actual breakdown happened.
This one.
Yeah, this was the exact time he tweeted ICP.
That's funny. Get fucked. Black GCR.
Yeah.
BTC is just dying. That's good. Maybe we can get some trades in.
True. So usually how it works is that like alts start the sell off and then eventually the final catch up with BTC and then we bottom. So hopefully that's the case. Honestly, just check higher time frame and alts. They are good. Yeah, that was my exact point, and that's the reason I was quiet for like the last 10 minutes. I was just going through like 10, 20 charts, and all of them were looking so bad. Can you give levels for ENS? Yeah, ENS could be interesting. Let's see.
ENS. Yeah.
I think into $22 or like 21.7, this 4 hour block we have lower down. I think that at least intraday that would be a decent area to bounce from. Like let me show.
Think ENS at 2040, you all in. But that's maybe quite far. Still very strong. Like this mid-range area is holding. Here. What are you bidding, HBJ?
I'm not bidding. I've just set alerts around where is it? Like 21.7 down till 21. This 4 hour block.
think I'm gonna round it up here, unless you want to take over, HPJ.
Yeah, I think I'll just stay on stream like
I'll update some
for
stuff.
half an hour.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for joining me, HPJ.
Yeah,
And thanks to
that's good.
everyone that joined in as well. Maybe I'll join later again. I don't know if
Sure,
it was
sure.
recorded today because I couldn't record. Maybe
I think
Cypress recorded.
Cypress is on the stream since start, so probably he did.
That would be epic, but I'll check, guys. Have a nice day.
Have a good time, sir.
See you.